Hello everyone, I am Himani Vishwakarma and this is our seventh video series lectures of data science. In this lecture we learn about neural network. What is neural network? Neural networks are computational model that mimic the complex function of a human brain. The neural network consists of interconnected nodes or neurons that process and learn from data, enabling tasks such as pattern recognition and decision making in machine learning. The article explores about neural network, their working architectures and more. What are neural networks? Neural networks exactly identifying features from data lacking pre-programmed understanding network components including neurons connections, weight, biases, propagations functions and learning rules. Neural receive inputs governed by threshold and activation function, connection involving weight and bias regulating. Information transfer learning, adulting, weight and bias occurs in three stages: input computations, output generations and interactive refinement, enhancing the network proficiency in diverse tasks. This includes the neural network includes is simulated by a new environment. Then the free parameter of a neural networks are changed as a result of these stimulations. The neural network then responds in a new way to the environment because of the change in the free parameter. This is the graph. Uh, this is the graph which shows this is like diagram which shows the output input and which is based on the activating functions, linear functions and so on. Importance of neural network. The ability of neural network to identify patterns, solve intricate puzzles and adjust to changing surrounding is essential. Their capacity to learn from data has far-reaching efforts ranging from evolutionary technology like natural language process and self-driving automobiles to automating decisions making process and increasing efficiency in numerous industries. The development of artificial intelligence is largely depends on neural network, which also drive innovations and influences of the direction of technology. How does neural networks works? How it works? Let's understand with an example of how neural network works. Consider a neural network for email classification. The input layer takes feature like email content, sender information and subjects. This input multiplies by adjusting weight passed through hidden layers. The network through training learns to recognize pattern indicating whether an email is spam or not. The output layer with the binary activation function predict whether the email is spam or not. As the network irritatively refine its way through backpropagations, it become adept at distinguish between spam and legitimate email, showcasing the practically of neural network in real world application like email filterings. Working of neural network, how neural network works. Neural networks are complex systems that mimic some features of the functioning of the human brain. It is composed of an input layer, one of the more hidden layer, and an output layer made up of layers of artificial neurons that are cubed. The two stages of the basic process are classified back propagations and forward propagations. This is the diagram how neural network works. This is hidden layers, this is output layers, this is input. Input layer, hidden layers like activated and then output layer. Forward propagation. Input layer. Each feature in the input layer is represented by a node of the network which receive input data. Weight and connections. The weight of each neural connection indicates how strong the connection is. Throughout the training, their weight is unchanged. Hidden layers. Each hidden layer neural process input by multiplying them by weight, adding them up, and then passing them through an activation functions. By doing this, non-linearity is introduced, enabling the network to recognize intricate patterns. Output, the final result is proceeds by repeating the process until the output layer is reached. Backpropagation. Like, what is backpropagation? Loose calculation, the network's output is evaluated against the real goal value and the loose function is used to compute the differences. For a regression problem, the mean square error is commonly used as the cost function. Loose function. What is loose function? Grandly descent. Grandly descent is then used by the network to reduce the loose. To loser, the inaccuracy weight are changed based on the derivatives of the loose with respect to each weight. Adjusting weight. The weight are adjusting at each connections by applying this iterative process or backpropagations backward across the network. Training. During training with different data samples, the entire process of forward propagation, loose calculation and backpatching is done iteratively, enabling the network to adapt and learn patterns from the data. Activation function model non-linearity is introduced by activation function like rectifier, linear unit or sigmoid. Their decisions on whether to fire a neuron is based on whole weighted input. Types of neural networks. There are 7 types of neural networks that can be used. Feed-forward network. The first type of neural network is feed-forward network. A feed-forward neural network is a simply artificial network architecture in which data moves from input to output in a single direction. It has input hidden and output layer. Feedback loops are absent. Its straightforward architecture make it appropriate for a number of applications such as regression and pattern recognition. Multi-layer Perictrons is a type of feed-forward neural network with 3 or more layers including an input layer or one of hidden layer and an output layer. It used to non-linear activation function. Convolutional neural network CNN. A convolution neural network is a specialized artificial neural networks designed for image process. The next is recurrent neural network. An artificial neural network types indeed for sequential data processing is called recurrent neural network. It is appropriate for application where contextual dependencies are critically such as time series, predictions and natural language process since it makes use to feedback loops which enable information to survive with the network. Long short-term memory streams is a type of RNN that is designed to overcome the vanishing granted problems in training. It uses memory cells and gets to selectively read, write and erase information. Thank you.